let's look back at another golden moment from Tiswas. And this was quite a few weeks ago when Frank Carson actually thought that we'd be stupid enough to let him open the show. A few of you may remember this, and you know Frank. I mean, he really...
Apparently, Frank hasn't got his makeup. Apparently, he isn't quite ready to open the show. Apparently, there's some sort of technical hitch. Apparently, they've only got the first 3 barrel loads of makeup. He will be ready any second now. So
fine. You just thought you'd pop out and...
I think actually they're giving us a signal that actually we are ready to go over now and join Frank Carson live to open the show.
Oh, right.
And last week and said the show wasn't as good because I wasn't on it. And the 6 million who wrote in said it was even better.
You're probably wondering.
Not that it makes any difference to me. This morning, we'll be showing you one of the wonderful
Frank
ideas.
Carson, one of the
chess
funniest men in the world. Now, he thinks, in fact, that he's here to bring happiness and delight to millions and millions of children. But in fact, he's the subject of what is now very much a household word in television. This is your life.
Frank Carson, you thought you were here to bring happiness and delight to millions, but in fact, this morning, Frank Carson, this is your life. Have a listen to this, Frank. Have a listen to this. This should be a voice you remember from the past. Have a listen to this. Yes, there he is. Your old dancing master, John Travolta.
Oh, Sandy.
Francis Algernon Nebuchadnezzar Carson, this is your life indeed. That was your great friend there, John Revolting, your old dancing master, harking back to the days when he knew you just as plain Sandy Carson. But Francis, this is your life, and what a life it's been. You were born 58 years ago in the quaint little Irish village of Wellington. Your mother was a fan dancer at the local bus terminus, and your father was a famous self-employed inventor. In fact, it was he who invented the toilet seat. Yeah. And then, 8 years later, your great-uncle Sean invented the hole to go with it. Yeah. Here's a photo of you at 18 months. Let's have a look at that over there. There you are. A lovely baby. And when you'd already composed your first concerto at the age of 18 months, and then, at the age of 5, you got into your first bit of trouble with the forces of law and order. Frank, do you remember this voice?
Hey, we're a rum do, you young scallywag.
Yes, that's right. Your old village constable, PC Seamus Flynn. Oh, wow, there he is. There he is. He's been a long time.
No, here he is. Hello, Seamus.
There he is, PC Flynn. Well, I understand you had a bit of trouble with him in the old days, PC.
Oh, I remember Frank when he was a lad. You're right, straight away. He was always a bit funny then, you know, but we electric shock treatment soon sorted him out. I'll tell you. Folk was always complaining he was telling cracking jokes all the time. He got so boring we had to lock him up.
Thanks very much, PC Seamus Flynn. Well, there you are. Right, fine. By the age of 12, you're a magnificent, good-looking, superbly conditioned boy with a ready eye for the young ladies by now. And Frank, do you remember this voice?
Yes, he looked lovely in that blue dress.
Yes, it's the woman who was the leader of your girl guide troupe for 3 weeks until someone complained about your hairy legs. Brown Owl Maureen O'Shaughnessy James.
Oh, boy, Maureen.
There she is. Well, Brown Owl, right. That's plenty. That's enough. Brown Owl, what sort of a girl guide did he make, Brown Owl? What sort of a girl guide did he make?
Well, almost too convincing.
Well, I can guess it's been like that ever since.
Yes, he was a lot of fun. We can remember him with fond affection. He used to help old ladies across the street, steal their handbags and then jump on a bus.
Yes, I can. Was he always cracking jokes?
One day it took me 3 hours helping an old lady across the road. She didn't want to go across. That's a joke.
Was he always cracking jokes in those days?
He was always telling jokes. He was
so
really
boring we had to lock him up.
Well, that's right. Okay, well, sit yourself over there. There she's Brown Owl Maureen O'Shaughnessy.
It was so boring we had to lock him
And
up.
so, Frank, the years rolled by. You made many big-name friends over the years. And if you pick up this phone now, there should be an old friend waiting to have a few words. I think this is a bit of a surprise for you, Frank. Have a listen to this.
This is the President of the United States from Washington. A lot of people don't realize that my real name, my brother Billy's name, is Carson. But we changed it to Carter. Because of the disgrace that our elder brother, Frank, brought on the family name. Breaking shop windows, ringing Richard Nixon's doorbell and running away. Eating worms and trying on Mrs. Eisenhower's washing. Cracking jokes all the time. It got really boring.
Frank, there he was. Yes, a great old friend of yours, President Jimmy Carter. Well, then him back in this country. No, he's not coming. Then back in this country is by now a really desperately struggling comedian. You teamed up with this man here.
Nice.
Yes, that's right. He's travelled by mule overnight from Wolverhampton since Tuesday to get here. He is Michael Crawford.
Wow, Michael. Hey, goodness me.
Come here, Michael. What's it been like? What's your fondest memory of working with this giant of a man?
Well, I always remember Frank when he went to the Horse of the Year show in Wembley. He came second. A goat beat you, didn't he?
What about his sense of humour? Was he cracking jokes even in the early days?
Yes, he was always cracking jokes, and they were all so boring.
There he is. Thanks very much, Michael Crawford. Well, it's been a tremendous struggle, Francis, particularly with the scripts you had and the infinitesimal amount of talent that you had. And yet, through it all, there were these tremendous family loyalties back to the old days. And now, flown in by special privately chartered plane all those thousands of miles, we've hid him away for 2 weeks in one of London's most expensive hotels, eating and drinking in his room, surrounded by a privately contracted round-the-clock team of security guards. We've been paying for him for the last 2 months ready for this moment. The man who uttered these never-to-be-forgotten words all those years ago.
Yes, Frank, I'll never forget September the 1st, 1927 in Peterborough.
I've never been in Peterborough.
What? We spent.
No, I have. No. You got the address.
He says he's never. What? He says he's never heard of you. All right, we'll pay your expense. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Thank you.
Well, never mind, Frank. Sorry about that. Never mind. In the course of a very busy life, you've managed to be married 12 times. You've had 11 beautiful children. Here they are. Let's have a little look at your entire family. Ian, Tony, Sandra, Arthur, Charles. Where are they? Arthur, Charles, Rachel, Alison, Clarissa, Kimo Sabe, Ezekiel, and Rasputin. Your 11 beautiful children. There they are, Frank. There they are. Your whole lovely family. Finally, Frank, do you remember this voice? Yes, that's right. No. It's your old chemistry master from school. You haven't seen him for years, but he's now a world-famous TV star. And now loved by millions as Mad Harry.
He were always boring.
And Carson, this was your life.